can hear the beeps. I should have mentioned it to the players. I didn't really notice. Unfortunately, there will not be WCS Game Heart for game number 1, but we have our second series of the day. We are following Binski on his road to maybe qualifying.
You know what else we have? We have blue versus blue on the map 2000 atmospheres LE. Enjoy casting the TvT. As we have our first player in the top right corner representing Canada. It is MogarFNSMASH.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the American Terran player himself, representing Team License to Kill LTK. It is Binski. Or Spaghetti.
I like spaghetti.
It's very good.
I think I like spaghetti more than Binski, actually.
True.
Because, I don't know, it's just something funny about it. Yeah, I was gonna... Okay. I was checking, but it looks like, at least according to Wikipedia, Mogar isn't on any team currently. I know he has been on a few teams, but apparently right now his team is.
Yeah. He has been on teams in the past. At the moment, you know, just going it solo, and hopefully, you know, he's able to get some decent results here. Like, Mogar's another kind of staple of these qualifiers of the North American scene for a very long time. Again, was never able to really fully break out, but to 2-0 Hupsaya, like, that's already a very impressive result.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's definitely one of the active players. Oh, we're having a brawl. Look at them go.
Ah, no!
Who's gonna win?
Mogar, turn around! Oh!
That was close. He would lose that battle.
Yeah. Thankfully, he was able to pull another SCV. Does have his factory on the way. So again, a little bit annoying. Something, I guess, the biggest thing to take note of right now is that Mogar decided not to SCV scout. So taking a little bit of a risk here, not knowing what a player like Binski is doing. Also,
look at the building placement. Mogar went for the, oh, you know what? I don't need a wall. Just like build it whatever. I say whatever. I know like this probably like more planned, but like it's still rare to see like players not making a wall, but in TvT they sometimes don't.
Yeah, this is a very safe kind of position in SimCity here for Mogar. Because these buildings are so far back, they are safe from tanks on the low ground, so a kind of tank push here at the third base, or even like a siege up here or a drop towards the right hand side as well. So again, very conservative, very safe placement. Yeah, we'll see if that even comes into play here as the game continues on.
It may not, but like it doesn't really hurt him, because with how like mobile Terran is, where you have the drops, you have like the siege tank with the long range, you have the Reapers jumping around, like the wall doesn't matter as much, I would say. Like it's very specific situations where it does.
Yeah.
So hey, might as well.
Yeah, and we can see here even Binski as well moves his racks over, like not too concerned with the wall, more concerned about protecting his production, protecting his add-ons. The reason why this comes to mind is because last night we also casted a TvT and we saw a situation where tanks here on the low ground denied stim.
Yeah, that was a thing.
It does happen. It does happen.
Yeah, so this is the kind of situation where this can actually be useful. So I also heard, I think I was watching like a Uterma video where he also mentioned that like it changed like fairly recently, where like Terrans would always make a wall, and like then someone like just did it and they were like, oh. And then they just like stopped doing. They started doing the depots at the edge, like you can see Spaghetti do here, and like that became kind of the norm now.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, especially in TvT. Obviously, there are some downsides, and that's why Binski started with a wall and then got rid of it, because like earlier on, especially if you open up with like triple Reaper and double Hellion, like you can kind of brute force your way through. But we'll see how things go here as Mogar goes for a relatively fast medevac, but just looks like he wants to get map control. Doesn't really commit to any kind of real drop yet.
Yeah, but now just going around the map, checking what's what. There is a full bunker waiting for him at the front, so no harassment there.
Yeah, he doesn't break into the natural. He's going to try and dip into the main base. Again, this is the very first scout of the main. He confirms all the production as well as the Ravens.
He pays 2 Reapers for it, which is probably not ideal, but at least he got the information.
Yeah. Just, you know, confirming that everything is normal, confirms the timing of the first Raven, so he knows that there's no Banshee. I know there are some Terran players that like to open up Banshee into Raven. That does not seem to be the case here. And yeah, we're going to be getting into a relatively standard TvT.
No.
You're like, it's already late, puppy. It's about to be 1 a.m.
No, that doesn't scare me. It's just that, like, whenever I hear standard TvT, I just see in front of my eyes the line of tanks and the other line of tanks, and they just scanning each other. I'm like, no, please no.
It's like I'm sure Binski will go for a doom drop at some point. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh god. So
I'll trust you for now.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see how they approach this TvT. Again, both players, their third base is up and running. Both safely tucked away in their main bases. Will eventually be floated over. And as I try and there we go. I was trying to find the scan. So we can't see it because we don't have WCS game card.
Yeah, without the game card, you can see the scan. True.
Oh god. But yeah, they're just expanding, and thankfully it's not as sleeper, resident sleeper as Kuro would think it is. You know, thankfully no one is going mech.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like nowadays mech often is more dynamic than like marine tank versus marine tank TvT. You know?
It can be. It can, depending on the style of mech, I guess. It's kind of the real thing.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we rarely have like the very heavy slow mech nowadays, but it does happen.
That it does. Meanwhile, Mogar does scan that third base as well, confirming that it's already on location, so he knows he's a little bit behind. But as he's taking his third, Binski is already here, ready to try and deny it.
Yeah, he has a few tanks here as well, and Mogar isn't quite prepared to defend the third. He's actually gonna have to move back.
Yeah, exactly. He was just a little bit too late to set himself up defensively. Meanwhile, a massive tank line here outside the main base. Again, not quite in position to take down any production, but does, barely even cover that ramp. And he goes in.
Yeah, he just drops right in. There are Vikings trying to chase these medivacs, but the Marines are already on the ground and they're gonna take damage.
Is this just game, by the way? Like, Mogar, he knows he can't get up the ramp because the tanks are covering that ramp right now. The Marines are going to town here. Vikings are landed, some auto turrets as well. Eventually this will be cleaned up, but Mogar is going for a bit of a base trade.
That is, and I mean, does Spaghetti have anything at home? I feel like he moved like all of his forces there, but no, there are already reinforcements waiting. I'm not sure this is enough to hold this, but we will find out.
Yeah, exactly. We have 2 tanks here, but it looks like Mogar's going to be the first to siege up, but the boys are pulled and he's going to be able to take down all the tanks.
Yeah, and Spaghetti just cleans it up. Even though like the Binski's attack got mostly clean, like these tanks are still here and they are preventing Mogar from taking the third base. Only now he'll be able to float it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, unfortunately, Mogar was late to siege. Like, as he was sieging, the SCVs were able to close the distance, dive on top of those tanks, and Mogar didn't have the best trade, and now Binski is looking to take this mate. He's just not gonna allow this third to land.
Yeah, this base is not landing. The tanks are once again siege at the third. It looks like, how many tanks are there for Mogar? There are 3 to the 8 of Spaghetti's. That's a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, that's a lot of tanks, Kuro. That's a lot of tanks. He goes for another drop here into the main base. Even a disable on the defensive tank of Mogar. We didn't even get to see the Ravens come into play too much for Binski, but there we go. He does establish himself here, and now he goes for a drop here on these 2 tanks.
Yeah, the drop on the tanks, a nice move. And there are only SCVs that were supposed to repair, but they actually missed it, and now the tanks are falling down. And GG is called.
GG Binski, looking quite dominant here, always just one step ahead, takes game number 1.
Yeah, Binski looking solid today.
Oh yeah. Again, a lot of these LTK players, whether it's Binski, whether it's Rocker, whether it's Maples, they're like a little bit underrated. But they're pretty scary.
By the way, I think Icecar was watching our stream. Icecar, who is the admin for today, so shout out to Icecar. He's like, please use good colors, not like teal and blue. He did say color distribution. So it sounds funny that way.
Less than 3, mate. Less than 3. Nah.
I mean that's the thing. Like for us, like the mixed up colors are just funny, you know. But like if somebody actually has like some trouble like recognizing colors, it makes it very hard for them to follow the game. So it's not really for us. Like it's not really for caster. It's more for like more people to be able to enjoy the game, you know.
Yeah. It's like, why put up a barrier to entry of like viewing and enjoying a game, you know? And, you know, shout out to the players because they've been very receptive. They did change their colors. They also added WCS Game Heart here for game 2. Beautiful.
Wow. Impressive. No, that's nice. That's very useful for us.
Exclamation mark Funada Oreo because he always forgets.
Does he? I thought he was the one who remembered.
He now remembers because we've yelled at him so many times.
I was gonna say, now he remembers. But we see what this Terran remembers of the previous game, if it's gonna traumatize him or not. As we have the light blue Terran player representing Canada. It is MogarFNSMASH. I refuse to call this color teal.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the red Terran player himself representing License to Kill. LTK. It is Spaghetti. AKA Binski.
Why Spaghetti?
It's a nice name.
Yeah, but why Spaghetti?
Why not Spaghetti? Spaghetti's great. It's beautiful.
I mean, not wrong.
Now I'm getting hungry. I haven't had breakfast today, Kuro. I haven't had breakfast.
Why not some other kind of pasta?
Like Alfredo. Or, you know what? Kerwin, he would be carbonara.
Yes, no, the Kerwin would be carbonara. And it also starts with a C.
Yeah, there you go.
So it checks out.
Yo, imagine a player called Ravioli. Mate, that'd be amazing. I would I would love him so much.
I wouldn't be surprised if there already is one.
There's like pun potential with that stuff as well, you know? Like, what does Binski mean, right? Like, I think that's part of his name, fun fact.
Probably.
But spaghetti?
But speaking of this, where does Mogar's name come from? What does it mean? I always wondered.
That's true. I know Mogar is a little bit of a meme as a name. I have to wonder what came first, like Mogar's ID or Mogar in like, you know, online. I don't know. Who came first? I don't know. We'll have to ask.
But why is it different smash? What is it smashing? And why is it smashing?
Smashing his opponent. He's smashing spaghetti.
I mean, for now, Spaghetti is smashing his SCG.
True. As one SCV already going down, looks like a second one may go down as well. Oh my god. It gets taken out.
Exploded in the air.
It gets taken out midair. Oh my god. So, Binski already taking a little bit of an advantage here with his more aggressive Reapers, but now that the Hellion is out, Mogar will be able to force all of this back. He does have the ground advantage, but he does miss the Reapers, and Binski finds his way into the main base.
Yeah, and it looks like he's gonna take even more workers down. Another one falls down, and those are the ones mining gas.
Kuro, this is almost game-ending damage because what is this? 5 worker kills here in the early game. Ay. Mogar has to do something crazy to come back, and the problem is that, again, the idea of opening up Reaper Hellion like this, is to shut down those Reapers and go across the map ASAP. But it took him so long to make that happen that now Binski has a Cyclone to defend. Like, now he should be fine at home.
Yeah, he wasn't reacting Marines, so like, I don't think any attack from Mogar would succeed currently. But what is that?
We do have a proxy starport. Binski is looking for one, and he checks the obvious location first. You know, here right outside the main base. He is rallied over towards the bottom right. Looking at the rally path, he won't see. Oh, wait, this is proxy BC. What?
Yes, this is proxy double starport BC, right?
Oh my god, Binski will not see this at all. He is not rallied there. He just checked, again, the obvious locations for a proxy Banshee or a proxy drop for a medevac, but he does not know. He does not expect.
I was gonna say, this starport is in a weird location. I'm like, hold on, there's a second one. Hold on.
Yeah, personally, I thought it was going to be for proxy like Cloak Banshee or something, but this makes a lot more sense. I love this. This is a little bit of an homage. Massive shout out to Nathanius, because for those who don't know and who don't check Twitter, Nathanius did announce that he will be stepping away a little bit from StarCraft casting. He won't be as active, which is a little bit sad, but in honor of Nathanius, Mogar going for the BCs.
Yes. Very nice. I mean, look, he played like a more standard game last time, and it didn't work, so might as well throw in something more spicy.
Well, especially because of the early game. Like, honestly, Mogar, he is behind. Like, look at that worker count. Like, in a mirror matchup, being behind 7+ SCVs is disastrous. So hopefully he can hold on here as Binski does move out with 2 of his Cyclones. Go looking to shark around, find some damage, and he does not go over towards the bottom right.
I mean, he doesn't expect anything to be there, right, at this point in the game. But, I mean, I'm not sure it's gonna matter if these Cyclones just roll into the base.
Yeah, he may just end the game with Cyclones. He gets another lock on. There's only 2 Hellions, soon to be 4 Hellions. But there's nothing else to defend. Like, there's nothing to protect the SCVs.
Yeah, and Mogar is still banking the BCs. He hasn't moved any to the other side of the map, so... yeah. This is it. This is the fight. It may be over before we see the BCs, Kuro. Not like this. The rest of the army is coming across the map as well. There's a reason why you don't see proxy double starport BC and TvT. Especially after losing workers, because BCs are so expensive.
We see a scan into the main base. Binski sees nothing. He's like, what? What is going on right now? Did he fall asleep at the wheel? Is Mogar even playing the game? The first 2 BCs are out, and he can't fight this. He has to go for a base trade, I guess. He goes for it. He's
teleporting right into the base, but I mean, okay, he's gonna kill the SCVs, but there's a whole army on Mogar's side of the map now.
I love this. He targets down the Tech Lab. Macfield accelerators will not finish. He's gonna be camping the production as well, so a couple of Vikings are gonna pop out, but it may not be enough. And again, we are in full base trade mode.
Yeah, I'll be honest, right? I don't think 2 BCs can shoot faster than the whole army of Terran. They're doing nice, denying the production, but still, I think Spaghetti is faster.
I mean, there's a couple of things to bear in mind. 1, he just DPS down the starport. There's only 1 Viking. 2, Stim isn't done. If he denies Stim, the Marines are honestly gonna have a hard time dealing with BCs. Like, Marines are not the best, especially Stimless Marines. The BCs do take out the majority of these SCVs. Stim is still on the way. Spaghetti's trying to get starports up and running, though. He's trying to get Vikings up.
I'm not gonna lie, for a second I thought he's gonna do the same thing.
He's gonna deny Stim!
Yeah, Stim gets denied, so no more upgrades for Spaghetti, and this is the army he has.
Yeah, exactly. There's 1 Cyclone. Cyclone goes down immediately. But again, Vikings are on the way. Yamato is about to finish up, though. So again, with 2 BCs, Yamato's going to go to town. And soon there's going to be 3 BCs.
I mean, yeah. 4 even. Remember, this is a 2 starport production of BCs out of all the resources Mogar had. But this 1 BC may fly right into the army. It's so close.
Oh my god, it is so close. It is. Oh my god, the army turns around. Oh my god, he does take notice in time, though. He's going to be able to kite his way around and deal with this. But again, the Ravens also pose a threat as well. They can disable, they can auto-turret. They are terrifying. But Mogar, he wants the army. He can Yamato the Ravens. Yamato, puppy. Yamato.
Yep. He's trying to do exactly that. The beasts get disabled, but one of the ravens fall down. But there are Vikings here. There are Marines.
Oh, there are Vikings, there are Marines, but the Cyclone goes down. There are only 3 Vikings left. Can the VCs do it? Can they survive? It looks like they are.
Micro.
He's killing everything. He's killing everything,
Kuro. He made a Viking. Like.
He made a Viking. He's doing it. Oh, he found the production as well. He's going to be diving on top of all of these starports. How many units do we have left? We have 4 Vikings left in the game, and they get Yamatoed.
The beasts are still alive. One of them actually falls down.
Ooh, second goes down as well. Yeah, honestly, that's pretty significant here. This was 4, now cut down to 2 BCs, and we still have mining. We still have production. Macfield is on the way once again.
Yeah. It looked really good for a moment for Mogar, but when these pieces moved to attack the army, that also means they stopped attacking the production of spaghetti, and now he was able to re-establish his base.
Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, there is a world where Mogar could have won this game. If he had just cared for his BCs a little bit more. Now with only 2, he still has Yamatos, but there's a lot of DPS potential here. Now there are 2 Cyclones, and again, in a couple of seconds, like, we are going to have Macfield accelerators. Oh.
There are Cyclones, there are Vikings, the Raven even disables the battery cruiser, and GG is called.
GG gets called. Binski will barely take the series 2-0.
What a series, though. What a series.
What? Crazy. Shout out to Mogar because he had fun with it. If it wasn't for Mogar, you know, we could have had another standard TvT, and no one wants that. We want some spice in our life. And again, he almost made the proxy BC work. Let's be real.
It didn't look too bad. It was like still crazy to like expect it to work, but hey, he did some damage there. There was a chance, a very slim one. There was a chance.
there was. Oh my god. That was great to see. That was beautiful to see. And again, shout out to Mogar for trying to make it work. He almost did. And
for me, just the best part is like my early game is not going well. I lost workers. You know what will help me? Making proxy pieces. Like, what?
Oh my god. He
tried.
He did try. And with that, Binski will move on to a qualifying match. Quarterfinals is all you need, and we go from one TvT into another.